Now, probably you don't really want to piss off a forensic examiner by doing this. I'm sure if Scott Moulton was investigating a case and he saw this, it wouldn't make him necessarily happy with the defendant or the, but, it's amusing. Alright, Robots.txt trolling. And for some reason, this has become one of the things I've been most famous for. Matter of fact, Paul Asadorian, at a conference where people might have my resume, in one of his talks, had to bring up my Robots.txt file. Come on, you know you want to go check it out.
Okay.
Alright, for those people who aren't familiar with some of the basics of web servers and how sites get spidered, basically there's a standard for putting a file called Robots.txt in the root of your documents so that search engines know to look at Robots.txt and see what directories on your website are not supposed to be indexed. Well, if someone doesn't want those particular directories indexed, it's probably a good bet they have something in there that might be of interest to a hacker. So a lot of hacker types will go out there and look at those directories first thing. Well, I have a sample of Robots.txt on IronGeek.com, and it looks more or less like disallow private, disallow secret. So people see that and go, huh, I want to go look at those photos and see what he has there, because he doesn't want Google to see them, he doesn't want Bing to see them. Obviously, must be something kind of cool there. Well, there's something cool there, all right. Basically, when you go to those photos, I just have a little HTML in there that does a redirect. And who here knows about Rule 34? Rule 34 of the Internet states, if it exists, there's porn of it. I've seen at walkers doing it doggy style. I've seen Starscream giving Megatron a blowjob. When I got to the myth part of the stuff, I had to say, fuck you, Internet. But anyway, this site has a bunch of Rule 34. Who here is a fan of Orville Redenbacher's popcorn? Go to that one. It's awesome. Also, there was One Man, One Jaw. That's the other one. Personally, I have not seen anything. Anyway, if you want to find other alternatives, check out shock sites on Wikipedia to list a few other ones. Personally, I have not seen anything worse myself than One Man, One Jaw. You can come up and argue with me after the talk.
You would know.
But bring it on if you've seen worse. I want to see this. Alright. Another way we can do a little skiddy baiting or funny potting is let's be patronizing. Ask them if they want help with that. Now, a while back I messed around with this PHP IDS library. You get from phpids.org, and basically it recognizes common types of injections, either SQL injections or SSX injections, and will trigger on them, so you can either block them or log them or whatnot. So I was, well, what if you do something a little bit more than just logging them? I basically installed the library, made my own little PHP IDS stub, and I have details on the instruction site. I list up there. These slides will be posted probably sometime early next week. And I had that little stub in all my pages. So whenever someone does an SQL injection or an SSS, something along these lines happens. Clippy pops up. Notice up here, or 1 equals 1. Clippy pops up, says, hello, according to PHP IDS, it looks like you're trying to pwn my site. Would you like help with that? And that, of course, links off to one of my videos. I think it's the one on the OWASP top 5, because I only had time to cover 5 from that out. And it uses a program, you all ever seen Matilda? Matilda is a project I wrote for basically illustrating the top 10 OWASP vulnerabilities from 2007. And I'm going to update it as soon as they finalize the 2009 one. But it implements all of them in an easy-to-use PHP script so you can demonstrate what these vulnerabilities mean. But anyway, that links off to there, and it's, patronizing, like, you can't hack my site. Let me help you. You go look at these tutorials. That'll be good for you. Alright, a few dishonorable mentions. I have limited time. I want to expand this out to a much longer section, longer talk. But I got a few honorable mentions of other people who have done what I consider either great funny potting or skiddy baiting. One is the man Jason Scott. Who here knows Jason Scott? If you get a chance, go see his talk. And unfortunately, I know him and Scott will be talking at the same time, and that's a tough decision. But Jason always gives a good talk. And at one point in time, someone back when MySpace was like the #1 social networking site, They were selling profiles. Or they were selling, you could get these like templates from these people, and without asking Jason, they started hot linking to an image on his site. It was like, I think, the Grim Reaper. This really cool bit of artwork. Well, this was sucking up a lot of bandwidth because a lot of people were using this template. He was like, would you all stop this? And I don't think anybody ever heard it. No one paid attention, so he decided to do a little mod rewrite, I believe it was, and replace it with goat seed. So he basically goat seed a ton. I don't remember how many, but a ton of people on MySpace. And he's got a great write-up on that. Pete Stevens, actually I think Jason Scott's title for that one is something and a horrifyingly gaping ass. I don't remember, you gotta go read his write-up on that. Pete Stevens did some cool stuff. He has the people piggybacking on his Wi-Fi, which he left open. And he did some stuff with using a transparent proxy to flip all the images upside down. I'm thinking of much more malevolent things you could do with that. And everybody's here has received some kind of 419 scam. Some Nigerian prince who wants to give you money. These people like to take those guys and say, well, okay, but how do I know I can really trust you? Send me a picture of you doing something embarrassing. Go out to the website and you'll get an idea what I mean. There's hopefully more to this to come. If you have ideas, let me know, and when I put it in the slide deck, I'll be sure to mention your name or your website in that slide. A few things I want to mention before I'm off the stage. If you live in the Louisville, Kentucky area, we try to have these every other month free ISSA classes. I hope to do Metasploit next, but we really don't have a fixed schedule yet. I'm part of the local ISSA group, so if you want to know about the local ISSA group, it's issa.kentuckyana.org. We have a yearly conference, Louisville InfoSec. We had a pretty good showing this last time. And free cons I frequent, Freaknik, Nauticon, and AutoZone. I highly recommend any of those. Finally, any questions?
I already given the answer.
Well, in that case, I bid you good night.
All right, so tomorrow night here, Wilson ABC, 8:30.
Oh, okay. Is it still going?
Thank you.